Episode 4, Collateral Damage. With a tense atmosphere on the streets of the East Side, the sun is setting, casting long shadows over the crumbling buildings. Jaden walks through the neighborhood, his face set with determination, but his eyes betraying a deep worry. The sound of distant sirens echoes through the air, and people in the neighborhood are on edge, talking in hushed tones about the recent violence. Jaden passes by a local bodega, where an old man, Mr. Harris, is locking up early, his face weary. Mr. Harris, shaking his head, "This ain't the neighborhood I remember. Kids these days, it's getting worse." Jaden, nodding solemnly, "We're gonna fix it, Mr. Harris. I promise." Mr. Harris gives a skeptical look but doesn't say anything as Jaden continues on his way. Jaden makes his way to a familiar spot, an alleyway behind a rundown apartment building where he and his crew used to hang out. Viper and Raven are already there, leaning against a wall, watching the street. Viper, straight to the point, Blaze is still out there, and the block's getting hotter by the day. People are scared, Jaden. They think we're losing control. Jaden, leaning in and tense. We ain't losing control. We're being played. Spectre's using Blaze to keep us distracted while he moves in on our turf. Raven, calmly, we got to flush him out. Hit the streets, find out where he's hiding, and take him down. Jaden, nodding, I talked to Cobra. There's a meeting going down tonight at the Old Docks. High profile. If Spectre's involved, this is our shot. The three exchange knowing looks. There's no need for more words. They know what's at stake. The tension in the air is palpable, the weight of the situation heavy on their shoulders. Viper, gritting his teeth. If we're doing this, we do it right. No more collateral damage. Jaden, firmly, agreed. We protect the neighborhood first. Later that night, Jaden, Viper, and Raven roll out. They keep it low-key. They drive through the neighborhood, the familiar sights passing by, graffiti-covered walls, boarded-up windows, the faint glow of streetlights casting shadows on the pavement. They pull up to the docks, parking a couple of blocks away to avoid drawing attention. The place is eerily quiet, the only sound the distant hum of the city. They move through the shadows, their faces grim with resolve. Jaden, whispering, "Remember, in and out. We get what we need and bounce. No heroics." They creep closer to the warehouse where the meeting is supposed to take place. Looking around the corner, Jaden spots Blaze, talking animatedly with a group of shady-looking figures. But something feels off. The setup is too perfect. Raven, quietly, "It's a setup." Viper, gritting his teeth, "We're already here. We see it through." Suddenly, the sound of footsteps echoes from behind. They've been made. Two thugs emerges from the darkness, weapons drawn. A tense standoff ensues, the air thick with anticipation. Jaden, calmly, "We don't want trouble. Just Blaze." Blaze, stepping forward, smirking. "You think you can walk in here and make demands? You're out of your depth, kid." Jaden, coldly, "We'll see about that." The tension breaks as a gunshot rings out. Chaos erupts. Gunfire, shouts, the clatter of feet on pavement. Jaden, Viper, and Raven dive for cover, returning fire as they move through the maze of crates and shipping containers. The fight is brutal but quick. Blaze's men aren't ready for the ferocity of Jaden, Viper, and Raven. As the dust settles, Blaze is down, bleeding out on the cold concrete. Jaden chases Blaze around containers. He gets shot at by Blaze, being hit by one of the bullets. Jaden's still able to chase him down, shooting him in the back 5 or 6 times before Blaze falls to the ground. Jaden approaches him, gun in hand, eyes cold. Jaden, gritting his teeth, "Who's Spectre? Why is he doing this?" Blaze laughs weakly, coughing up blood. Blaze, smirking, "You'll never know. He's everywhere and nowhere." Before Jaden can press further, Blaze's eyes glaze over. He's gone, taking whatever secrets he had with him. Raven, grabbing Jaden's arm, "We need to go. Cops will be here soon." Jaden stands there for a moment, staring down at Blaze's lifeless body before nodding. They slip away into the night, leaving the chaos behind. The next morning, Jaden is back in the neighborhood, watching as the community tries to pick up the pieces. The streets are quieter now, but the tension is still there, lingering in the air like a bad memory. Jaden walks past the bodega again, where Mr. Harris is sweeping up broken glass from a shattered window. He pauses, watching the old man struggle with the weight of the situation. Mr. Harris, without looking up, You boys think you're making a difference, but all I see is more bodies in the street. Jaden, softly. We're trying to stop it. Mr. Harris, finally looking at him, tired. Try harder. Jaden nods, walking away, the weight of the world on his shoulders. He walks down the street, determination and doubt warring in his eyes. Jaden, to himself, this ain't over. Not by a long shot.
Grew up in a rack, ain't had no chance, I had to make me one. Living too damn fast, got a bag, then got another one. All my bitches bad, you wish you had, they not the basic ones. He just saw a flash before my chain, now his life is